Okay, so here is a visual novel that, for some reason, has decided to start in exactly 640 by 400. So it is technically widescreen. Anyway, test. This is how things look with the CRT filter on. We'll do the CRT filter. Now, interestingly, because like it did start such a weird resolution, I think you are just going to get some weird artifacting like that where the Y is clearly broken. I don't know. I don't know why that's the case, but whatever. Reality is that which, when you stop believing it, doesn't exist. Okay. Yeah, I guess we can load file 1. This save file is literally my file. Do you realize how many hours I've put into this? You can create only one save file per game, that sucks. Yeah, sorry. Oh, if I wanted to borrow it from you. Oops. Oh, well, I guess I didn't skip that much. I bet they... yeah, the Ys are just broken, that's weird. Just do it to make you buy another game. I'll have data to save, character stats, monsters. Who are we playing as? Game console. It's an N64. Whoa. Dad bought me the expansion too. Oh my god, it's an N64 with the fucking N64 DD that had, I think, 9 games on it. Connecting to the internet or playing portable games on the TV. That doesn't... what? Did it actually do that? Or is that, like lumping in the GameCube player? A Game Boy player for the GameCube. With video games connecting to the World Wide Web, anything can happen. I wonder what the future is going to be like. I don't know, man. Computers already were doing that in, like, 1985. Right, Shinji. Know him since elementary school. He comes to my house to play games all the time. By now, I think we've witnessed the generations of two generations of game consoles. Damn, so you played NES as well. Okay. Our friendship goes back that far. The window, chilly outside, summer is about to end. Summer has already ended. Thank Christ, it was getting really fucking hot. Now it can finally cool down. Alright, game magazine. Latest issue of the game magazine, Uretsu. This issue contains the exclusive preview of the new final... wait, oh. Just went fucking dyslexic for a second. New Fantasy RPG, First Fantasy 2. Oh, okay, yeah. I heard that the third one was better, but it's going to be on the UR64, and for the first time ever, we'll have 3D graphics. Yeah, that would have been interesting if Final Fantasy VII was on that. Okay, already? Oh, we can think. So assist me, okay. Already, this reminds me of, like, Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego? Already it's kind of interesting that they've chosen, like, the Apple II aesthetic, almost, for the late 90s. Whatever, hey. Let's try this one. I think it technically also is pulling a little bit from, like, PC-98 a bit. But this whole white outline thing is definitely, what they were doing on the Apple II. That looks like a Game Genie. Doesn't even have a label. Where did you find it? I got it the other day at the open air market. Oh my god, it's going to be bin drowned. Ah, that guy who sells pirated games. Yep. He's sketchy. One time he had some game labeled Silent Peak 4. Whoa. Ah, they didn't even make the third game. Yeah, it's like when you go to the market and get Mario 7. It's not to be some strange shooter game with a bunny. Feels like a reference to something. Isn't actually that bad, just played a few hours. Yeah, I won't call this music sick, but sure. Hey? Oh? Oh, sorry, I was getting into it. What stage are you playing? Sick music, right? Yeah. Getting into it. What stage are you playing? Looks so real. Why did it loop? Hey, do you mind if I delete your save? I want to start over. Yeah, I don't care. This is amazing. Where did you get this again? Ah! You are... What about me? Do I have something on my face? That is loud. Why are you looking at me like that? No, this is a dream, right? You're not making any sense. I wasn't able to squint my eyes hard enough to know what that said. Shinji! No! He's not moving! He's dead! Damn, they put the Havana frequencies into that N64 cartridge. That's wild. I killed him. No! And Windows is loading. This isn't real. Hold up. Why did my computer just do that? I'm looking at the computer right now. Log.txt. Yep. Okay, yeah, no, it's nothing. I didn't know if this was... I mean, look. Doki Doki Literature Club was, like, adding files and shit, and that was also in the same engine. The funny thing is, if anything happens on my desktop, I have my icons off on my desktop, so I would never notice it. I'd have to go into the actual desktop folder. Because I just don't use desktop icons. I think it is pointless. Oops. Yeah. This isn't real. I'm going to wake up. Please wake up. Ah! File 2, Bottomless Pit. That is a good Death Grips album. Now we're in 2001. So just to be sure. You fear that this phobia that you developed in a video game is going to affect you in the real world as well? Since we started talking, the doctor hasn't moved from his chair. No gestures, no facial expressions, and not a single reaction. Nothing. I'm starting to think he doesn't understand, or he doesn't care. Why are doctors like this? Tell me what you're thinking right away. Maybe coming here was a mistake. Oh, so this isn't that far into the future. Look, doctor, I just want to live a normal life like everyone else. For once, everything is going well in my life. My school grades are great, my friends love me, I'm quite popular, but in truth, I'm scared. I'm scared that things will get worse and that my life won't be the same as before. Understandable. Keep talking, I need you to explain every detail to me. Yes, sir. Okay. Let's examine the room. I have to say this room is quite welcoming. It has plenty of space and the warmth of the sun is filling the air. I expect to see a lot of medical equipment around, but it's just books and documents. I think that's a good or bad sign. Let's get a judge on the doctor. Everyone told me that he's the best in the field. Not only has he cured a lot of patients, but he's a researcher too. An open-minded one at that. I hope he can fix me. Books. Get scared just by reading some of the titles. Severe personality disorders. Psychotherapy of borderline patients. Animal magnetism. What the fuck? Okay. Tell me more about that. I'm curious. I made a promise to myself to go see a medical help if my symptoms lasted more than a day. Then it was 2 days, then 3, then a week. I postponed this too many times in the hope that things would get better, so here I am. At least I'm doing something about it. That alone makes me feel a little bit better. Let's talk. About fear. There's something you have to know. I think this was the first time I discovered this phobia I have. One time I went to my school during summer break. I had forgotten my bag there, so I went to retrieve it. The school was closed that day, but they let me in just to get my bag. I think the janitor was busy or something, so he couldn't accompany me. But I headed to my classroom alone. School was empty. It was a place I knew well, these corridors, classrooms. I was so used to seeing them full of people, but that day, the place was silent and empty. It was eerie. I started to panic and I started to run. I don't know, but I got lost. But the teacher found me eventually, and I don't know how much time had passed. To me, it felt like an eternity, but I felt like I wandered through the school for hours without finding a way out. I told my parents, they talked to some doctors. I was told I have kenophobia, the fear of empty spaces. Ever since then, I try to avoid empty spaces. I understand. Being so popular at school helped a lot. Being at the center of attention, surrounded by so many people, festivals, concerts, parties. From the outside, it looked like I'm quite outgoing. But the truth is, I just want to avoid empty spaces. Talk about symptoms. One day, all of a sudden, it happened. Half my vision was gone. Not just my vision, it was like half my brain turned off. I could only see a part of reality, and the rest was nothing. Interesting. I've been having these attacks since I played that game. I'm sure of it. I was normal before. Now I'm usually the last just a few seconds. But then the other day, it was a day like the others. I was getting out of the store. Just when I passed by the door, it happened again. The outside the store, it was just empty empty space. I tried to go back, but by the time I turned back, the inside of the store became nothingness too. This is reminding me of the, what was the name of the game? Milk Inside a Bag of Milk. It kind of reminds me of that. It was just adored to that point. Useless. I didn't know a way to go. It was terrible. I started wandering around trying to find a way back. I'm not sure how long, but this time it lasted more than a few seconds. When I came back to reality, I realized something even more terrifying. Time passed in the real world too. 3 hours passed, to be precise. For those 3 hours, I wasn't in the real world. I didn't exist. I can't accept this. Doctor, please. Tell me there's a way to fix this. Game. Up until now, I was never scared of video games. Actually, I like to play horror games a lot. Hey, welcome to the club. Grand Sylvian Hotel, Occultic Plaza, pizza, undead air, you name it. And yet this stupid game scared me for good. I don't know much about video games. Please describe it to me. It's this game I found in a retro gaming shop. No, wasn't it your friend? Oh. It was in a bargain bin. I usually find cool games for cheap there. This game caught my attention because it didn't have a label or a case. The game itself was quite bizarre. I don't know how to describe it, but there was this level. I mean, nothing scary in particular. It was just a normal room. But then something happened with the camera. Maybe it was a glitch or something. The camera began to zoom out. And it was pulling out. I could see that the room I was in, it was actually a small box surrounded by an endless black void. I started to freak out. My character fell into the void. I kept falling without dying into the bottomless pit. That's when I turned off the game. Doctor, please say something. I think this is bad. It's like my brain stopped working for a moment and my senses. How can you explain this? You see, I don't think your brain has stopped working. On the contrary. I think your case is very interesting. After all, this is what I've been researching my whole life. And what would that be? Cognitives, neuroscience. The way we perceive the world. You know, there are many ways to investigate it. Neurology, neurophysiology, neuroimaging. Witnessing reality is much more than using your senses, after all. It's seeing, it's hearing. You would think it's just about sending images or sounds to the brain in order for it to interpret them. But in reality, that's not what's happening. Just take a look at this. Oh, I know this one. If you stare at it, suddenly the cube turns upside down or something. It's like you're seeing the cube from above, but if you focus enough, you'll see it from below and vice versa. Hold up. I'm doing that now with my eyes. I mean, it's only doing it for like 2 of those. I'm not seeing it rotate, really. Very good. And it's not just vision. Would you like to hear a sound illusion too? Yeah, sure. It's me a pair of headphones. This sound illusion works best when listening with headphones. Listen to this. Nice tune, I guess. You heard it as just one tune, but it's actually 2 melodies played together. Yeah. That's what a tune is. Here, I'll let you listen to them separately. Well, okay, I'm guessing there's one that's playing the left speaker and one on the right speaker, because that's why I was being able to discern from it. Oh, I didn't hear shit. Okay. Sick. Yeah, let's listen again. Oh, it just repeated it. Okay, yeah, we don't need to do that. I thought it was just going to be like, yeah, you just like listening to the nice beep boops. Here you go. I got this. Doctor. Cool, I guess. But what's the point? If our perception of reality consists of simply seeing an image, that image would always be the same. So that's what happened. What's interesting is that the drawing itself is not changing, but your perception is. Okay, I see what he's talking about. Your perception of reality changes at will according to your interpretation. Experiencing reality is more like having an opinion about the world. So when you say that it's just describing subjectivity. Reality is still there, it's just that your brain is interpreting it in a different way. I can see how that could explain my problem, but only by explaining it can we cure it. Do you think it can be cured? I'm sure our neurological research will be able to help with your condition. I'll be glad to do a neural scan as soon as possible. We can start immediately. Whatever. Splendid. We can start right now. But doctor? Yes? It's happening again. You're... What? What is happening? The room is gone. I'm here. Yes, but... Doctor? Without me noticing, the void had filled the room. I take a look around, hoping to find a corner, a wall, a light, something. Nothing. It's useless. When I turn my head back to the doctor, he's gone too. Why are doctors like this? I wasted my morning listening to some philosophy lesson that I don't even care about. Fuck, time to go home, I guess. If I can find my way back. File 3. Okay. Earlier this morning, I received an unexpected call from an old friend of mine. He's currently working as a doctor in this hospital. I haven't heard from him since graduation. He wanted to meet me to talk about a case of his. Apparently, there's this game that makes people go crazy or something. I don't get the details. He's waiting for me in the neurology ward. So do we now have the perspective of the psychologist? Reception desk. There's a nurse. She is reading a book. Still no official statement from the mayor. Another traffic jam is currently affecting CMA more predicted for tomorrow. Half of the main roads are closed off due to emergency work. In truth, to this day, the administration hasn't been able to provide a plausible explanation. A press conference has been scheduled for later tonight, so stay tuned to get all the updates. I expected to find more people in here. Waiting rooms are usually crammed with patients, so seeing a place like this being so empty makes me a little uncomfortable, to be honest. Unexpected visits to a hospital. Places like this make me quite uncomfortable. It's kind of irrational if you think about it. The facility is brand new, everything is clean and colorful. You can tell staff is doing their best, the doctors seem to really care about their work. And yet, I can still perceive a draining atmosphere here. I can't help it. It's like my vital energy goes away when I'm in places like this. My friend is waiting for me in the neurology ward. I don't know where that is. I think I should talk to the nurse at the reception. What an odd question to ask. Oh, are you a detective by any chance? No, totally different job. What do you do? I work for a game company. Making video games sounds like a cool job. It is, but it can be quite stressful sometimes. Let's see. To answer your question, though, there were some strange cases in the neurology ward this week. If you ask me, people are starting to lose their grasp on reality. Everything is virtual these days. Sooner than later, life on the net will become more important than real life. I'm reading this book. I'm getting quite into it. It's a story of this criminal who finds a mysterious sphere that can summon all sorts of demonic beings. The story doesn't make sense, but the demons are cool, I think. The neurology ward is situated on the second floor. You can take one of the elevators over there or use the stairs. Thank you. Alright, move! Neurology ward! Here we go. This place is like a maze. Yeah, hospitals are like that. Examine. There's nobody around. Is this normal? Move! Room on the right. It's empty. Left. It's empty. This place gives me the creeps. I feel like I'm being watched. Yeah, it's called CCTV. Room further back. It's empty. The fuck? Maybe it's in the other corridor? There's only one room open here. What is going on here? Oh, sorry. There's a patient sleeping. Wait a minute. What's going on in here? There's a game console? Patient. It's a young patient with long hair flowing on the bed sheets. It's a calm expression on the patient's face. I better not make any noise. Game console. On the bedside table, there's what looks to be a game console. I'm sure of it. It's a game box. There's no mistake. Why is a game console... Why is a game console hooked up to medical equipment, though? The medical device? A tangle of cables is coming out from the wall, linking to the game console to the patient. Are those electrodes attached to the brain? What kind of medical procedure is this? Sorry for the wait. Ah! I was in a meeting. Long time no see. Yeah. How's your life going? I heard you finally entered the game industry. Congrats. Thanks. I'm very happy for you. I know it was your dream. Anyway, you called me. Ah, yes. I need your help with something. The only one I know that could help me with this. Please, let's talk about this in my office. Wait, I forgot to ask him what was going on in that room. There's something I want to show you. He opens up a desk drawer and takes something out. You know what this is? What? It's a video game cartridge. It's for the game box, the first portable console ever. See? Wait. Oh, yeah, I guess it kind of does look like a GameCube cartridge. Okay. See? You already know a lot more than me about this. The label is blank. I can't determine what game is inside. A few weeks ago, a patient came in here claiming to have developed a particular condition after playing this game. Whoa, getting sick from a game. I guess this is what those safety warnings at the start of the game manuals are for. Take a 15-minute break after each hour of playing. I don't think anyone has ever done that. Whatever. I've read that flashing light or some shaking images can cause epilepsy attacks, so maybe this is what the doctor is talking about. She said she was experiencing strange hallucinations, like walking through walls or ending up in empty spaces. Doctor, could you repeat that? Did I hear that right? She used a particular word that caught my attention. A bottomless pit. Sometimes she would go through a door only to find herself in total blackness. Delusions. No, I've never taken for granted that my patients are deluded. I want to get to the bottom of this. You think she might have been influenced by playing games too much? I'm not sure, but this line of investigation is the only one I have left now. You see, before I could admit her to my ward, she fled. What? Yeah, it happens sometimes. Patients who are really anxious or stressed can't handle being admitted or examined. I got back to my office, the girl was gone. She only left this game cartridge. I tried playing the game, but I couldn't find the console it was for. Yeah, I think it's becoming quite rare now. This is when I thought of calling you. You want me to play this game? Take a look at it, see if there's anything strange about it. A medical investigation on a video game? I don't know. It's a long shot, but for some reason, I feel that some of the answers are inside that game. Just take a hunch. It's just a hunch. It's strange for him to call me out of the blue. When we were in university, we used to hang out all the time and play video games. I think that's when I actually started considering a job in the game industry. After we graduated, though, he became distant and I never saw him playing games again. I guess he was too focused on becoming a doctor or something. After all this time, he calls me for this game experiment thing. Is this related to the weird room I saw before? What room? The room where you found me, you know, the one with the strange devices all hooked up to the game console. I don't know what you're talking about. What? Did I hallucinate it? You were there with me. I saw it with my own eyes. I'm sure you are mistaken. He insisted on going back to the room with the weird patient in order to convince me. I went back to that room. No way. I told you. Maybe you saw some medical device and mistook it for something else? Yeah, because there's that thing right there that had shit connected to it, so they could always look at that. This is the neurological ward. It's not like we do crazy experiments in here. He's saying that, but he's also emanating the strongest mad scientist vibe right now. I'm sorry, but I really need to get back to work right now. Will you help me with the game cartridge? I'll see what I can do in my spare time. Thank you so much. Alright, so this, just to keep track, so this was on Halloween of 2001. Whoa, it got dark. So the next jump, we'll know how long from then it is. Days are starting to feel shorter. It's that time of the year. By the way, it's Halloween. Hell yeah! Halloween special! Fuck yeah. You've got a shout out in the game. One of my favorite times of the year. You and me both. Watching some classic horror movies all... What the fuck? What now? Oh no, it's my boss. Hello? What? Tonight? The deadline is approaching, but... Okay, fine. I'll be in the office. This is game development for you. Working overtime on Halloween to avoid missing a deadline. Whatever, I'll just spend Halloween in the office. Excuse me. Oh? This guy just came out of nowhere. That game... Game? You mean this? See me while I was putting it in my bag. This is the guy I want with this game. Do you realize what game that is? It's very rare. How did you obtain it? A friend of mine gave it to me. This is impossible. You know something about this game? Look for the exit. Sorry? Hold on a second. I'm pulling out my phone. Okay, Google, what could this possibly mean? And do not translate from Spanish. Out. That's the only thing it's being added to. Exits. Okay. That was enlightening. Alright. I'm sorry, I don't understand. Maybe you should ask the nurse at the reception? I suppose this is another patient from the neurology ward. But I don't have time for this. I need to get to work. I'll be leaving now. Sorry. I can hear sirens in the distance. Something must have happened. You're standing in a hospital. Of course there's going to be sirens. Some of the roads are blocked. It's not the first time they've done this. They've been closing up areas constantly this week. I wonder what they're working on. Despite being Halloween, there aren't that many people around. It feels so lonely. I don't know, but I feel like I'm being followed. What the heck? It's that strange guy I met earlier. Is he after me? He's watching through the glass door. As the guy opens the door, I start running. Time to get on the train. What just happened? The guy was following me. Was this because of the blank game cartridge? I went all my strength until I get tired. By the time I'm almost at my office. That was intense. Examine. Interesting. The game company I work for has many offices around town. This one looks shady from the outside, but inside you got everything you need for working on video games. Maybe someday I'll have my own game company and office. It's a small convenience store in my office. Make good coffee, and the coffee machine can be useful sometimes. I got something to eat later tonight. Barrier. Okay. So many fucking construction sites around here. Listen. Do you realize how much money you could get? What's the game even about? Some say it contains some secret experiment by the government. A song emitting frequencies that can control your brain. That's scary. To be honest, I don't give a shit. That game is so rare that I could make a fortune by selling it. People are willing to kill for it. Think. What the hell is going on? That guy was following me. I should get inside the office and start working. I've already lost too much time tonight. Yep, let's go into the office. Hey, you! Huh? What the hell? How do you have that game? Why is this, like... Okay, hold on. This is a Game Boy cartridge. It is no bigger than, like, a credit card. You could put that in your pocket. No one can just see into your pocket. You could... What? Some guy just saw me. Now he's starting to run towards me? What the hell is going on? You stole it! Give it back! You're crazy! Run towards the office as fast as I can. My co-worker is a video game living legend.